Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I'm going to be talking today about my Ursa build. I know a lot of people have been seeing me run a lot of GMs lately and been asking about my Titan Ursa build that I use. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay everything out to you guys, show you exactly what's in the build, walk you through my thought process, and hopefully be able to help you guys get through some GMs a little better and have good team comp. So let's check out the build. So starting first, this is a Void class build. So you want to make sure you're on Void and be running a Titan class. And you want to make sure you choose the middle tree, which is Code of the Commander. On Code of the Commander, you get a good ability called Banner Shield. Now, Banner Shield is what really makes this build work out a lot and work really well in GMs. In GMs, if you haven't ran them, they're the 1300 Nightfall Grandmasters. They're the hardest Nightfall you can do, but they're also one of the most rewarding ones. Well, in there, everything hits like a truck, and survivability and team composition is everything. Banner Shield is a great team comp because it allows you to be able to guard your entire team from damage, kind of makes you invincible for a certain amount of time, and allows your allies to do more weapon damage and also make your shield last longer. So this is kind of like having the Titan bubble, but on the move. It also just makes it a really good team composition aspect to add. So moving on to the weapons, I run a friction fire with my build here, and over here I should have anti-barrier on. Actually no, yes, I do run anti-barrier there, and I run unstoppable sometimes. So basically with this one, I've got the anti-barrier pulse rifle, and I also have the friction fire SMG. The pulse rifle, I'm able to use this one to be able to long range and break down barriers from a long range distance. I also use the SMG for close range distance as well. This is kind of how I use this build, because main thing I'm going to be doing is about, supporting my team and also making sure that I'm able to give them buffs. So taking down shields and also buffing the team is what I'm about. I run an Anarchy a lot with the build. An Anarchy is an exotic weapon you got from running Scourge of the Past. If you haven't gotten that, then you can also buy from spoils from the tower. Spoils you get from actually completing raids. I think it costs 240 spoils and X amount of other things, glimmer and such, but you can check it out there if you want to know how to get this weapon. So this is kind of my team. This is kind of what I run here. A lot of times, instead of the friction fire, I'll actually swap it off for just a succession. You really don't need to run 2 anti-barrier. Just for me, I just like to run the SMG for close, but honestly, you could run this. You could run a steady hand if you wanted to, and run unstoppable, but you don't. There's in some but of course, if you're in a GM that has unstoppables, you can quickly swap out steady hand. The main thing is the range for the barriers. This is really important. I would say a lot of people are still trying to use SMGs to break anti-barriers on GMs. Distancing is everything in a GM. Using a pulse rifle makes a lot more sense. It keeps distance between you and the enemy and makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot more likely for you not to get overrun. So this is a good one. Knock the enemy down, break the shields, put 2 Anarchy on them, and watch them tick away and die. So this is the weapon setup part, which is pretty much pretty straightforward. Now the build side, as far as what actually goes in the build, I run this build with a Charge of Light. On a Charge of Light build, what that basically means is there are mods that you would have gotten in the previous seasons that allow whenever you pick up orbs of light, which those are created pretty common now since a lot of us run master worked weapons, they would do certain things. This one I'm running right now is all about increasing weapon damage. So first thing I'm running is Taking Charge. And Taking Charge allows whenever I pick up an orb, it gives me 1 stack of Charge of Light. Then also Charged Up allows for me to hold an additional stack of light, bringing me to 2. And then of course High Energy Fire gives me the 3rd additional stack of light coming from this bonus here with High Energy Fire. Now if you see what High Energy Fire does, it kind of all goes together. Taking Charge allows me to pick up the orb and get charged. Stacked Up allows me to get an additional stack, and then High Energy Fire allows for me to gain bonus weapon damage by whenever I am shooting at an enemy. Every time I kill an enemy, it basically consumes that Charge of Light. So that's why having more stacks makes more sense, so that when there's more enemies, you stay charged up with more power for a longer time. Moving on, so that's how they all work in unison. First thing on the helmet, this build really works if you have decent rolls and these rolls are masterworked. Depending on what you're running, you could run sniper, finder here, grenade launcher. You want to run whatever you're going to use the most to do DPS or to do the highest amount of DPS. You want to run here to find. This is really good in GMs because GMs, there's a lot of issues with ammo being hard to find. The part of the Ursa Furiosa is the big part of this build. It comes with a thing called Ursa's Guard. It allows you to move faster while guarding when using Sentinel Shield, which is Banner Shield, which we got. And guarded damage converts to super energy when the super ends. Now this is what makes this build really OP. So while in the GM, you're getting hit really hard, you're guarding people, and you're taking a lot of incoming damage. What this pretty much guarantees is that every time you finish your super, you're going to have roughly about 75 to 80% of your super right back. So if somebody else is running tether or someone is dropping a well, you're instantly ready to pop your super again, and it allows for you to do what they call cycling your supers. In GMs, that's a really good benefit because it allows you to use one of your most powerful abilities more often. So the more often I have my banner shield out, the more damage my team does, the less likely we are to die, and the more that we're able to push successfully through the actual mission. So Ursa Furiosa is what you want to get. On the chest, as you can see on the arms, running your anti-barrier here. Also, whatever mod you need to make the stat numbers work. Chest piece. I would highly recommend it. Most of them, if you're running a dungeon that has a lot of arc damage, running arc resilience and also sniper resistance is going to take you from getting one shot to living, and maybe even taking more than one shot. Also threw in with this build, I threw in reactive pulse. This is a nice little bit to it in case I do get rushed by enemy. When you take damage while surrounded by enemies, you emit a burst of damaging arc energy, consuming 1 stack of charged light. And when I do a finisher, let's say I'm running something like like I'm doing spoils, or I'm doing something like special ammo finder, it's also going to give me a powerful overshield when I'm performing that finisher. So what that makes me also less likely to die if I'm finishing and doing a finisher and more enemies rush me. It gives me more survivability. So that's a good one to pick up too. Also on the legs, I run protective light. Protective light is going to significantly it's going to gain a lot of resistance against whenever your shields are destroyed. So let's say enemy hits my shield and knocks them off, I'm going to get a really nice good debuff against that damage that helps me live. A lot of things you can see on this build is geared towards survivability, which you need in GMs. And of course, scavenger. You're going to run whatever in a make this match the scavenger. Make this match the ammo finder. So if you did grenade finder on your helmet, run grenade scavenger on your legs. They pair really well together and allow for you to make the best utilization of the ammo brick. What scavenger does is whenever you pick up a brick, the ammo finder makes it drop more often, but scavenger allows for you to get more ammo from each brick you pick up. So when you would only get maybe 4 or 5 bullets out of the green, you may get 7 now when you pick it up, or 8. So it really makes it way more valuable running that, especially in GMs where ammo is an issue. And for the final thing, of course, thermal overload. I pretty much keep this on all the time unless there are no overloads. Then I run usually special finisher, so that in the time if I do need to make special for my team, I can help out and help them with more special finishers right then and there. As far as the stat numbers, this is another big part of the build that makes it really good. I have 101 recov and 81 resilience on my Titan, and I also have 80 intellect. Now, I did get really lucky with a lot of my pieces, but this is ideally what makes this build really good. I have really solid super regeneration, as far as my super coming back by itself in every 3 minutes or 3 minutes and 50 seconds roughly. And I'm getting my shields back really fast, max tier with recovery, and also as far as taking damage. I would tell you, if you're running GMs with tier 3 or tier 2 resilience, because everyone keeps telling you it's not important, you're making a mistake. Please put resilience on your builds when you're running GMs. Please do it. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the build, guys. I hope this was informative to you guys. I really appreciate everyone pulling up and checking out this video. It's been my pleasure doing the video for you guys. Once again, this is Babyfnelson. I do stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. It's been almost every week now with the schedule I'm on. So check me out at twitch.tv/Babyfnelson. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for hanging out, and y'all have a fantastic one. We out.